Welcome to Follow Me Friday. My name is Sydney and I'm with the Tonya Harbin real estate team. If you're wondering why are you not at a house today, it's because we're not. We're at a local business here in Abilene, Texas. We're just trying to spotlight a few businesses and figure out why they started here in Abilene and what their purpose is in more of a personal level. Today we are at Rest Day Spa and we're just gonna get y'all a little bit more information about what they provide if you wanna follow me in. And we're here with April. And we're at the Rest Spa. So if you want to just give us a little introduction about yourself and about your spa.
Sure, yes. Hi, my name is April Sullivan and my husband Sean and I own Rest Wellness Center and Day Spa. We are a health and wellness holistic spa and we offer lots of modalities and massage therapy, holistic esthetician services, and a lot of wellness modalities. We also offer functional medicine services.
Most importantly, while we're here, we want to know why y'all started this and what was the purpose and what your purpose is ongoing with this spa that you have in mind for your life and your husband and just everyone around you.
Okay. Well, we both have therapy backgrounds, and so we've been in the medical field for years and years. I've been a PT for 16 years, and Sean's been a PTA for well over 20 years. And so we've done health and wellness for a long time, but we have just found a new passion for holistic and wanted to offer that to the Abilene area and the surrounding communities, and so we were just divinely led to open up a place like this to give people holistic options.
And is there any other spa like this here in Abilene that does those holistic viewpoints like y'all do?
Not all the things under one roof, and there's not many in the nation that have everything that we have, like from a combination standpoint of modalities under one roof. So we're very unique in that way, which we're excited about.
So you have 6 different modalities here at the spa, and some people might not know what modalities are. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, a modality is a holistic treatment, and that's beneficial for health in some form or fashion. Mm-hmm. And so we have 6 different ones. So the first one is a halotherapy room. We are in the salt room currently, and you can see this is a whole wall of Himalayan salt. And that's not the therapeutic part, although it's beautiful and relaxing. We have a halo generator that is behind us that disperses a micronized salt into the room, and it works during 3 different ways. The antibacterial properties naturally help fight infection. The dry salt binds to mucus to help you expel congestion. And then the anti-inflammatory properties will help shrink down the swollen mucous membrane so you can actually open up and breathe. So it's wonderful from upper and lower respiratory infection, even things like cystic fibrosis, allergies. It's safe for kiddos. 12 and under are free, so mamas can bring their kids in for free to have the benefit of the salt. It's wonderful for allergies. And then if we kind of just virtually walk around, our next one down the hall is our full spectrum infrared sauna. And so it's full spectrum, meaning near, mid, and far infrared. A lot of saunas are just far, which is wonderfully beneficial, but the addition of the near and the mid, you can combine them therapeutically to get different results. And so there are 6 preset programs ranging from detox and weight loss, relaxation, anti-aging, cardiovascular, and range from 30 to 45 minutes. And so they're clinically tested and proven to have different results because of how they penetrate more deeply than others. And so it's wonderful how therapeutic those are, and they all feel differently. Cardiovascular feels more intense than the anti-aging because of how the near infrared is more for skin cell turnover and is more of a shallow penetration. So it's a more gentle effect than doing the cardiovascular because it's penetrating more deeply because it has more of the far infrared. And then our next one down the hall is our ozone sauna. Mm-hmm. We call it the HOCAT, which is a really weird acronym. It stands for hyperthermic ozone and carbonic acid transdermal therapy. That's why we say ozone. And ozone is wonderful for detoxification, and so that's what we primarily use it for. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. It has 133 different protocols for the electrotherapy benefits, which is based on a RIFE program, and so it's very customizable, so you can use it for fatigue to viral infection to bacterial infection. There's multiple, lymphatic stasis, kidney support, so there's multiple functions on that to customize it. There's also far infrared, in that sauna, in that ozone sauna as well. So it's multiple modalities in one. And then we come all the way around to the PEMF mat. And that stands for pulsed electromagnetic frequency treatment. So that's why we just call it the mat.
It's one of my favorites.
And it uses magnetic charges to help with cellular healing and balancing. When we have inflammation, we have more of a negative charge to our cells, and that helps push positive ions into them to actually help with cellular healing and repair. And it's just a very quick 12-minute treatment. It's very beneficial for natural pain relief.
It's like a big TINS unit is what you're saying, right?
It feels, yes, it looks like an inflatable camping mattress, and then you put a little cover over you, so you're sandwiched within those coils. And it's like a little 12-minute full body TINS unit. It's wonderful.
And of course, our last but favorite is the flotation therapy. Tell us a little about that.
Yes, and that is how the whole place started. Is my husband was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast on flotation therapy, and we went to Colleyville because that was the closest place in 2015 before we opened, and tried flotation therapy and loved it and knew that we had to have it. And so that's how this whole thing started. Flotation therapy is wonderfully rejuvenating because it puts you into REM-like brain wavelengths, and it's extremely restorative. So a 45-minute session is the equivalent to 4 hours of restorative sleep.
So we don't need sleep. We'll just come back before.
So it's great for shift workers that are trying to go from days to nights, or just people that have had long shifts, like 18 plus hour. Like a lot of nurses will come in and do like an hour, 2 hour floats to help with getting them back together. So it's extremely rejuvenating. It has 600 pounds of Epsom salt, so it is 10 times denser than the Dead Sea. And there's internal controls in the tub. So it's an open tank style versus a pod. So anyone who's claustrophobic, it's just like a walk-in shower, and it's 8 foot of ceiling. And so it's very easy for most people to do. The internal controls, you can turn off the light and the sound. The temperature of the water is the same temperature as your skin. And so after you're settled, it feels like you're floating because your body's not registering the temperature because it's so similar to our skin temperature. So it's our wonderful flotation therapy.
Alrighty, so you have a very holistic approach to this whole spa that you have going on, and one of them being that you have functional medicine here. And some people might not know what that is, so can you please just kind of dive into why you have it here and what kind of drove you to that point of getting the functional medicine here?
Yes, so I am trained in functional medicine, and we also have a PA, and she's wonderful. Her name is Jessie Jo Young, and she's also joined us. She joined us this past January, so she's been here a whole year. And functional medicine is seeking root cause of disease. And so from a conventional model, we continue to manage symptoms instead of going deeper to treat the root cause. And so a really good analogy that my mentor taught us was you go to the doctor and you say, "Hey doctor, I've got a rock in my shoe." And they would prescribe a pain medication. And so the more functional way to do that would be take off your shoe, take the sock off, and dump the rock out of your sock, and then our pain's alleviated. And so that was a really interesting analogy that he used during our training to describe the difference between functional and conventional. As we're looking deeper, and it's very investigative. We run advanced labs to figure out why you have the symptoms that you have and treating them holistically. And whole picture, we're addressing emotional, spiritual, mental well-being. We're looking at movement throughout the day, and hydration and nutrition, and not just symptomatic management. So that's what sets functional medicine apart from conventional. It's just a different lens of how we go about things, and it's very, very holistic.
Yeah, so you don't just stay on the surface, you dive deeper into how you can help people in multiple areas here.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, so there's a lot of people that come in. What kind of people do you see, and what kind of problems do they have when they come in to see you to fix those? And what do you do to get to the root of that cause?
Yes, so we have most of our clientele are chronic infections. So since we're not an acute care center, we don't see sick people. It's managing people that have chronic conditions, from diabetes to hypertension to chronic viral infection like Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, autoimmune conditions, holistic alternatives for cancer therapy. And so those types of clientele are who we see, and a lot of times the people that come through our doors are people that have already gone to multiple doctors and we're kind of their last ditch effort. And so we run just different and advanced lab testing to kind of figure out what's going on, and then treat accordingly through a lot of the modalities. Through detoxification, we'll see things like mold toxicity, heavy metal toxicity, and employ the treatments that we have. Our IV therapy is wonderful for chronically ill patients. We have a Myers cocktail, which is an IV, a nutritive IV, and it has high dose vitamin C, and it has the B complex vitamins, B12, zinc, calcium, and magnesium, and it's very, very beneficial for just an immune boosting. We have high dose vitamin C, and then we also have our ultraviolet and ozone combination, which is wonderful for chronic infection, viral infection, bacterial, fungal infection, parasitic infection, mold toxicity. It doesn't chelate heavy metals, but it treats almost everything else. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's good information for even me to know. I know a lot of people that could really be helped by that, and we're glad that you're giving us that information because people don't know. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again to April for taking some time out of your day to let us come and interview you and learn about your spa. If you want any extra information, go to restwellness.com. Thanks for following me today, and come again next week.
Call